Gonna get the door for us. So one thing that a lot of people probably don't realize when it comes to taking care of our medically complex daughter is that we have to take her everywhere. And I say we have to, we want to, and we do take her pretty much everywhere that we go. Can you push her while I get the other door? The alternative, of course, would be to only one of us go out and the other person stay home with Raelynn. But being that we have a pretty nice wheelchair van, we pretty much, anytime we go out, we take Raelynn with us. So the other day, we dropped off a couple of our other kids at a church for a youth group event, and Abby and I had a couple hours to spare, so we went to Wendy's to eat, and of course, Raylan's there with us. And then we still had some extra time, so we went over to Aldi, did some grocery shopping, and of course, Raylan's there with us for that as well. I think some people think that Raelynn just kind of sits at home all the time, lays in bed all the time. That's just not the case. We go out like all the time. We're constantly going to things like church, out to eat, out shopping. And like I said, sometimes we do, just one of us go out. And of course, we don't need to take Raelynn out for those kinds of things. But anytime it's Abby and I going out together, of course, Raylan's going to be right there with us. And honestly, we wouldn't have it any other way. Like in a lot of families, it's really rare that a husband and a wife get to go out together and just have alone time. It does happen. We do every once in a while. We have a nurse that's able to stay at home with Raelynn while Abby and I just go out together. But typically, it's us and Raelynn. And it's going to be like that. And I think some people might think that that's a bad thing, but we actually think it's a really good thing. Our oldest daughter actually just recently left our house and is starting college this week. So we're not going to be able to see her nearly as much. She'll come home for holidays and every once in a while to do her laundry, I'm sure. I'm kidding. She's doing her laundry all the time. She's very responsible. But as our other kids grow up, the reality is we're just not going to see them as much. But with Raelynn, even though she's growing up, even though she's definitely matured in a lot of ways, we'll always be able to have her right there with us. So while some people look at this situation and say, you know, they never get any downtime, they never have a break, we try to always look at it as a blessing, because it is. At least in this way, Raylynn's a blessing. And one of those blessings is that wherever we go, she can be right there with us. That wind is really picking up. I hope you can hear me. I share all this because in so many things in life, we can look at things negatively or we can look at things positively. We have a choice to make. We can choose to say, here's all the reasons why I'm depressed, or here's all the reasons why things aren't going the way that I want. And certainly that's okay sometimes to name those things. But on the flip side, we can look at that same situation and say, even when things aren't going my way, I can still recognize that I'm blessed. Can you think of some things like that for you too? Like even when things aren't ideal, can you recognize that you're blessed through them? I'd love to read some of those things in the comments. Name your blessings, count them one by one. God bless you, and we'll see you again next time.